My beloved child, even while you are still struggling to find a way forward, I have already been quietly preparing provision for your life. So you no longer need to allow anxiety to hold your heart captive. I know that being told to remain peaceful can sometimes feel difficult to receive, especially while immediate needs are still present. The numbers still do not add up, and tomorrow continues to carry many uncertainties. I am not asking you to pretend that every problem has disappeared, nor am I telling you to close your eyes to reality. I only want you to stop living as though every burden must be resolved by you alone. There are things within your ability, and I will teach you to act with diligence and discernment. Yet there are also parts you cannot control, where excessive effort will only exhaust you without causing the result to arrive sooner. Put those parts down. You were not created to hold the entire future every night and search for solutions to things that have not yet occurred. I am Michael, and I have seen the months when you silently carried pressure because you did not want to trouble anyone. Many times, you sat calculating, erasing, and writing again, trying to make limited resources meet far too many responsibilities. You thought about family, work, unfinished obligations, and unexpected situations that might arise. There were nights when you lay down while your mind continued racing, building one scenario after another, as though thinking long enough could protect everyone from every difficulty. I know that exhaustion. I also know how hard you tried to appear normal so that others would not recognize how afraid you truly felt. But strength does not mean silently enduring forever. Mature strength knows when to act, when to seek help, and when to admit that certain results cannot be produced through personal effort alone. Understand that provision does not always arrive as unexpected money or as a great door opening in one moment. Sometimes provision comes through protection from a decision that would have caused loss. At other times, it appears through someone arriving at the right moment with the advice you need. It may be the ability to identify an unnecessary expense, a new employment opportunity, or an idea that helps you use what you already possess more effectively. There are also times when I provide by giving you enough calmness not to make a decision in panic. If you search only for spectacular signs, you may overlook the small gifts preserving you each day. A sufficient meal, someone willing to listen, health that allows you to continue working, and discernment that helps you avoid mistakes are all forms of support. Value the small things, because many great rivers begin from springs too subtle for human eyes to notice. I am not limited by your present circumstances. What you see is only today's picture, not your entire future. One closed door does not mean every road has disappeared. Reduced income does not mean your ability to receive support has been removed. A failed plan does not mean every effort was useless. Some roads need to close so that you stop pouring strength into what no longer fits. And some delays protect you from entering commitments that are not yet clear enough. You often call anything that does not happen, according to your desire, a loss. But later you will understand that some unanswered wishes were protection. Therefore, do not use the circumstances of one day to determine where your life is going. Allow time to reveal what the present cannot yet explain. Trust does not mean sitting still and neglecting responsibility. I want you to do your part with a clear mind. Review the way you manage money. Distinguish needs from desires, and stop spending merely to forget anxiety temporarily. Complete your work faithfully, Learn what is necessary. And do not feel ashamed if you must begin with a small step. When you need support, seek someone knowledgeable instead of trying to preserve the appearance that you can resolve everything alone. If you are facing debt, create a realistic plan instead of avoiding it. If an opportunity appears, read carefully, reflect, and do not allow desperation to make you accept something unsafe. I provide not only by opening doors, but also by giving you the wisdom to recognize which doors should be entered and which must be avoided. You spent too much time trying to control both the method and the timing through which everything needed to happen. You established deadlines for yourself and became anxious when life did not follow them. You believed that by a certain age you should possess one thing. Before another date, you should achieve something else. And that failing to do so meant you had been left behind. But your road does not need to resemble anyone else's. Comparison prevents you from seeing the progress already taking place within you. Another person may receive results sooner, but you do not know the responsibilities, cost, or lessons attached to what they possess. I do not want you to rush because you fear being late. One step taken in the right direction, even slowly, is better than many steps driven by panic. Provision arriving at the proper time does not only meet a need, it comes when you have become mature enough to manage it without losing peace. There are times when nothing appears to be moving. Yet, beneath that silence, many things are being arranged. Someone may be considering offering you an opportunity. A plan may be changing so that it becomes more suitable for your abilities. A connection that appears insignificant may become a bridge in the future. Even within you, transformation is taking place. You are becoming more cautious, reacting less from fear, and learning to see beyond the emotion of one moment. This is not inactivity. You are being prepared. In the past, pressure may have caused you immediately to assume the worst. Now you are learning to pause and ask, what is truly happening? Which part can I address today? Which part needs to be surrendered? The ability to remain calm by itself is already evidence of restoration. I want you to stop treating present lack as the name of your entire life. You may currently lack a certain amount of money, an opportunity, or an answer, but you are not that lack. Circumstances possess no authority to determine your dignity. Do not feel ashamed because you are passing through a difficult season. And do not isolate yourself because you fear judgment. Everyone passes through seasons when they must learn to receive instead of continually giving. Accepting appropriate help does not diminish you. It allows another person to express kindness and gives you enough strength to rise. Yet receive with gratitude rather than dependence. Let support become a bridge towards stability, not a chair that prevents you from moving again. When provision begins to appear, remain humble and move discreetly. Do not announce every change immediately, and do not use what you receive to prove something to those who once underestimated you. Abundance joined with pride will quickly become another burden. Prioritize stability. Fulfill necessary obligations. Build reserves. And avoid increasing your lifestyle simply because income has changed. Neither should you immediately accept responsibility for rescuing everyone. Generosity needs boundaries. Or you may return yourself to scarcity by giving emotionally. Help with discernment so that your gift strengthens others to stand instead of keeping them dependent. What is entrusted to you is not only meant to relieve present pressure, but also to help you build a stronger foundation for the days ahead. My beloved child, I know you long for a clear sign that everything will eventually be all right. Yet sometimes the first sign is not money arriving immediately, but fear beginning to settle within you. You awaken and realize you can face the new day without feeling crushed. You look at the problem and recognize the next step instead of seeing only a wall. You understand that you do not need to resolve your entire life in one day. This peace will open the way for wiser decisions. When your mind is no longer ruled by panic, you will see possibilities you previously overlooked. Recognize trustworthy people and remain clear enough to avoid promises that appear beautiful but possess no foundation. Therefore, release the burden of personally guaranteeing every result. Do what needs to be done today, but do not borrow tomorrow's fear. You do not yet know how every door will open, but you can trust that you will be guided step by step. Provision may come through work, people, a change of direction, or an opportunity you never considered. It may also come as the strength to pass through a difficult season without losing kindness and faith. I do not promise that everything will appear exactly as you imagine, but I remind you that you do not walk alone. Keep your heart open, your eyes alert, and your hands willing to work. What you need has not been forgotten, and your silent prayers have never disappeared. Stop fighting the future within your mind. Return to today and walk with wisdom. Peace is returning. Resources are being arranged, and you will gradually recognize that even before you see the whole road, I am leading you toward a place where you will possess what is necessary to live, mature, and continue fulfilling the good work entrusted to you. You are being prepared to receive a form of strength that is deep, calm, and capable of changing not only your own journey, but also bringing support to those who come near you. I do not build this strength through haste, because what forms too quickly often lacks the depth required to withstand pressure. I chose to lead you one step at a time, allowing you to mature through waiting, through days when you had to trust without seeing results, and through moments when you were required to preserve integrity while everything outside appeared motionless. Perhaps you wanted me to change your circumstances immediately, but I knew that before placing something great within your hands, I needed to make those hands steady, your heart humble, and your thoughts clear enough that you would not lose yourself when life began to expand. There were seasons when you watched others advance and wondered why your own steps remained slow. You saw their doors opening and their dreams taking shape, while what you prayed for remained behind an incomprehensible silence. Those days made you feel left behind. But my beloved child, you were never forgotten. You were being separated from the rhythm of the crowd so that you could learn to walk according to the guidance uniquely prepared for you. I do not want you to receive something merely because everyone else is running toward it. I want you to receive what truly aligns with the purpose, character, and abilities I planted within you. For this reason, attractive roads closed, promising plans could not continue, and certain relationships naturally became distant. This did not happen to wound you, but to prevent you from spending precious years upon things incapable of accompanying your future. Your journey has never been measured by speed, but by readiness. Someone may arrive quickly and still lack the stability required to preserve what they receive. Another may walk slowly, yet every step establishes a firm foundation. I chose to build you in the second way. The strength I am giving is not a temporary intensity that makes you loud, but the ability to remain peaceful while others panic. Preserve kindness when misunderstood, and maintain discernment when easy choices attempt to pull you away from the right direction. This kind of strength requires a heart not ruled by pride, a mind capable of waiting, and an inner life that remains tender despite many trials. Had this come too early, you might have used it to prove yourself, defeat those who doubted you, or seek recognition. Now you are learning to use every gift to serve, strengthen, and build. You are no longer the person you once were. Even when you do not fully recognize the change, your thinking has become deeper because you no longer view everything only through the emotion of one moment. Your heart has become gentler because pain failed to make you bitter. Your faith has also matured very quietly. It no longer exists only on favorable days, but remains throughout waiting, unanswered questions, and moments when you do not understand why events unfold as they do. You may still experience weakness, but it no longer possesses enough authority to determine your entire road. You know how to rise more quickly, when to speak, when to remain silent, and when to leave a place even while your heart still feels attached. These changes were not created in one night. They were formed each time you chose what was right instead of what was easy. I used both joy and pain to shape you. Happy days taught you the value of gratitude, while difficult days showed you that peace does not need to depend entirely upon circumstances. Those who treated you sincerely revealed what healthy companionship looks like, while those who turned away taught you to establish boundaries and stop placing your worth in another person's hands. Even dreams that gradually faded were not completely useless. Some dreams belonged only to one season and were given to lead you closer to your genuine abilities. After you learned what was necessary, they needed to make room for a wider direction. Do not call every ending failure. Sometimes the failure of a plan is how I rescue you from a future that appears beautiful outwardly but drains you inwardly. Those who left did not necessarily carry away anything that belonged to you. If a connection could collapse merely because you began living honestly, setting limits, or refusing to please everyone, then that departure revealed what you needed to know. Some people loved only the version of you who always gave in, but were unwilling to respect you once you recovered your voice. Others valued the help you provided, but did not truly care about your peace. I allowed distance to appear so you could recognize that sincere love does not require you to become weak in order to keep someone. Do not chase what has been removed from your journey merely because you fear emptiness. Today's empty space may become the place where tomorrow's goodness is established. The redirection I am bringing is not meant to remove hope, but to purify hope from forms that no longer fit. You may still reach the place you desire, but through another road. You may still fulfill your purpose, but beside different companions. You may still receive what is good, but in a form deeper than you once imagined. I see what lies beyond a door, while you see only its appearance. Therefore, when I restrain you, do not quickly assume I am rejecting you. Protection often looks like delay, and mercy sometimes appears as a failed plan. What matters is not whether everything happens exactly according to your expectations, but whether you remain in the right place to continue receiving guidance. When this new strength begins to reveal itself, you will notice that it does not make you want to overpower anyone. Instead, it brings calmness, helping you stop reacting to every provocation and stop needing to win every argument. You will understand that a steady person does not need to speak loudly to be heard, and someone with genuine authority does not need harshness to prove their position. I am shaping you into someone who can enter a room filled with anxiety while carrying stability. Listen to another person's pain without losing boundaries, and lead through example rather than control. Your influence will not be measured by how many people know your name, but by how many recover hope, clarity, and courage after meeting you. Remember, however, that strength always carries responsibility. When you receive greater influence, your words must become more careful. When resources increase, your stewardship must become wiser. When more people look toward you, your private life must become more upright. I do not demand perfection, but I want you to remain willing to receive correction. Do not allow increase to make you forget the days when you needed support. Do not let success make your voice cold toward those who are still moving slowly. What I entrust must enlarge your love, deepen your compassion, and strengthen humility. If power does not help you become kinder, you have not yet used it according to its purpose. Therefore, my beloved child, stop treating every failed outcome as evidence that life is working against you. Some losses protected you, some delays trained you, and some silences caused your inner roots to grow deeper. You were not forgotten while others moved forward. You were being prepared to enter something that is not only beautiful at its beginning, but stable enough to last. Continue preserving a tender heart, clear thinking, and faithful steps. What is approaching will not crush you as it might have in the past, because now you possess the structure required to carry it. This strength will lift you upright, guide you into a purpose suited to the person you have become, and help you recognize that not one experience was wasted. What you called rejection was actually redirection. And every redirection is bringing you closer to the place I prepared through love, precision, and care that never left you. When your paths meet, it will not feel forced or unstable, but gentle, like a recognition that has been sleeping within your heart for a very long time. You will not need to persuade yourself that this person is suitable or analyze every word in search of reassurance. Their presence will bring a deep familiarity, not the familiarity of the past repeating itself, but the peace of a place where you can live honestly without hiding. I am not bringing this person to fill places you have refused to heal, nor to become the only source determining your happiness. I am preparing someone capable of walking beside you, respecting the strength you built throughout many seasons, and awakening the goodness that has always existed within you. Beside them, you will not need to diminish your light, surrender your voice, or lose your identity in order to preserve closeness. The love I allow to enter your life is not designed to keep you confused or continually wondering whether you are good enough. It will not use distance, silence, or vague words to control your emotions. What is sincere will help heal the belief that love must always be accompanied by anxiety. This person will not be perfect, and you do not need to become someone who never makes mistakes in order to be valued. But between you there will be honesty, responsibility, and a willingness to repair what causes pain. This love will not make you weak. It will make you strong in a gentler way. You will know that you can stand firmly without continually building walls. Open your heart while preserving boundaries, and be loved without paying for it through the loss of peace. You are not too late for this goodness. The years of waiting have not made you less worthy, and old wounds have not turned you into someone incapable of being loved fully. You once believed you were too different, too complicated, or carried too many stories for anyone to understand patiently. Yet I never saw you through those judgments. I saw the maturity formed every time you rose, the kindness you preserved after unfair treatment, and the ability to love that never completely disappeared. What you called brokenness, I can transform into lines of compassion. Places that once hurt you can become the places from which you love others with sensitivity, without judgment, and without haste. There is a quiet rhythm in the way I arrange important things. You may have wanted the answer sooner, questioned why the right person had not appeared, or wondered why former relationships failed to grow as you hoped. Yet, often, delay protected you from entering a story while both you and the other person were still ruled by old fears. I needed to teach you to recognize your value so that you would stop accepting incomplete affection. This person also needed to learn responsibility and understand that love is not only emotion, but a choice repeated throughout ordinary days. When the timing comes together, neither of you will begin from desperation, but from enough maturity to know what must be built and protected. The love approaching will give you space to breathe. You will not feel pressured to become another version of yourself in order to deserve this person. When you need time to think, they will not immediately treat it as rejection. When they experience weary days, you will not assume their feelings have changed. Together, you will learn to ask instead of assume, listen instead of defend, and express needs clearly instead of expecting the other person to understand without words. Safety will not come from always agreeing, but from knowing that disagreement does not mean abandonment. Both of you will be able to face differences without turning words into weapons. Apologize without feeling diminished, and forgive while still requiring genuine change. This person will know how to remain, not only during your radiant days, but also when you cannot find words for what you carry. They will not require you to remain strong at every moment in order to deserve love. At times, you may simply need someone to sit beside you in silence, and they will understand that presence can be more valuable than advice. In the same way, you will learn not to repair every difficulty for them, but to become a companion who encourages, respects, and reminds them to take responsibility for their own journey. You are not being given to one another to rescue each other's entire lives, but to walk together, help each other rise, and create a place where both can grow without losing freedom. I saw every tear you tried to hide, every prayer you whispered while wondering whether anyone heard, and every moment when you chose to continue believing despite circumstances offering no obvious reason. None of it was overlooked. Waiting taught you patience, but also discernment. You learned that someone who stirs your heart is not necessarily capable of protecting it. You learned that beautiful promises cannot replace consistency, and intense emotion cannot become a foundation without respect. These lessons are helping you recognize the difference when healthy love truly appears. While you see only ordinary days passing, I am quietly arranging many things beyond your sight. Journeys are being redirected. Unsuitable connections are naturally closing, and necessary lessons are being completed within both people. I do not control human hearts as though they were lifeless objects, but I can open circumstances that help people see truth, mature in their choices, and become courageous enough to approach with clarity. Therefore, You do not need to search for this person in every new face or call every coincidence the final sign. Allow time, actions, and fruit to reveal what is genuine. The right person will not fear a gradual process, pressure you to give trust before it has been built, or use spiritual language to hide immaturity. The beauty of what lies ahead is not only that you will have someone beside you, but the peace both of you will create together. There will be laughter after long days, conversations that do not need display but help both people feel understood, and shared dreams that neither person fears will be mocked. There will be moments when you realize this person remembers small things you once mentioned, sees the weariness behind your smile, and knows when to encourage and when simply to remain still. You will become the same kind of safe place for them. Within these ordinary things, love will reveal its true strength, not through great declarations, but through steady presence, faithfulness, and the way both of you protect one another's honor when the other is absent. This connection will not drain you by continually forcing you to prove yourself, chase, or sacrifice beyond healthy limits. It will refill weary places through respect, gentleness, and responsibility. Yet remember that being replenished does not mean placing every need upon the other person. Both of you still need to care for your personal lives. Continue growing and preserve a deep connection with me. When each person knows who they are, love will not become dependence, but companionship between two people capable of standing individually while freely choosing to walk together. This person will not take away your purpose. They will encourage you to move closer to what I planted within your life. You will not compete with their light, but rejoice when you see them developing according to the abilities they have been given. Therefore, keep your heart open without becoming impatient, and remain hopeful while alert. You do not need to create the encounter, accelerate the process, or turn someone who is not ready into the answer to your prayer. What is genuine will arrive with clarity and possess enough strength to stand through time. When your roads truly meet, you will recognize it not only through emotion, but through the way this presence helps you become more peaceful, honest, and aligned with the good person I created you to be. You will no longer feel that you are fighting alone, yet you will not lose your ability to stand firmly. This love will be gentle enough to heal, strong enough to endure trials, and spacious enough for both of you to grow. Trust that the years you considered delayed were not wasted. They are bringing you closer to a companionship that does not make you forget who you are, but gently reminds you that you have always been worthy of love that is sincere, clear, and enduring.